Namaste. Namastizzle. Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. Shalom. What's up? What's up? Magic LaCroix here. Hopefully, y'all having a great day. The weekend's almost here. Happy Lionsgate Day or Lionsgate Portal Day. Great day for manifestation and abundance. Okay. There's a lot of people doing, you know, all kinds of manifesting, meditation, but get those rituals in. You know what I'm saying? Um, Focus on aligning with the positive energy within yourself. Um, Focus on the presence of the moon, suns, and the stars and the planets. Speak your manifestations aloud. Okay. Um, Crystals such as citrine, amber, you know what I mean? Because those are yellow crystals. You see what I'm saying? So there are a lot of things that you can do. And again, uh, manifest. So you use meditation to harness the power of the portal and attune yourself to its vibration. Okay. The sun is in Leo today. All right. Namaste. Peace, brother Konami. What's going on? Uh Peace and blessings, Legacy Sigma. How y'all doing? What's going on? Hopefully, y'all checked out the uh, the interview that I did 2 days ago with Asir, the Duke of Tears. It was a great interview. Check it out if you have not seen it yet. Peace and blessings, Christine and Edward. You know what I mean? Again, today is one of the best days to manifest stuff. Okay, that Lionsgate. Um, yeah. So it is a hot, very hot day here in Texas. This is summer in Texas, so I think we're gonna have a really bad winter. I'm thinking. I know I say this like every year, but the fact that we haven't had so many 100 days is very telling. You know, usually our average during the summertime is 24. If I'm not mistaken, it is 24 days of 100-degree weather in Texas. You know what I mean? I just saw something. Speaking of um, get my words right, because I just showed it to the wife and she was like, "What did I just watch?" Um, this generation is just so disrespectful, man. It really is. It has nothing to do with my age. It's just how modern society is acting right now. You know, it is crazy. I just saw someone. It basically looked like a remix to Michael Jackson's "Man in the Mirror." That's what it basically looked like. I'm debating whether I should show this or not. I'm on the fence with it. I really am on the fence. Hey, peace and blessings, Visa. How you doing? Um, Again though, on this Lionsgate portal day, manifest, get abundant. You know what I mean? Me and Oshun Osset Mayat or Crystal, we did a workshop about 3 years ago now. You know, might want to check that out too. Okay, it is still here on this channel somewhere, but um, stuff that you can do during this time period. You know, the Egyptians believed that this was the most powerful day to manifest anything. And so, yeah, the wife said, "Don't show that ignorant mess." Oh, so see, I wasn't the only one who seen it though. Christine said she's seen it. It was truly disappointing and disrespectful. I see the comments. It's been shared over 10,000 times, but I seen the comments, and the comments say that you wouldn't understand if you wasn't from NOLA, because they do this. This is what they do. You know, don't give a damn what area it comes from. You know, the shit was just, some stuff should just be left alone. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff should just be left alone. Um, I'm still contemplating if I want to show that. I hope, are any of you who are in the chat right now, have y'all done anything? I'm tongue tied. Have y'all done anything today to do any kind of manifestation, even just anything? Mantras, the 369 method, anything. You know, this is the really the day of the year to do everything. Oh crap. Just give me a second. I forgot that I switched platforms. I switched platforms and forgot. Okay. There we go. There we go. So I switched from on the suggestion of a few people in here, but especially Konami, I switched from Zoom to StreamYard. It seems to be the better platform, and you can do much more with it. Divine Peace, Caribbean Grimoire. What's up, Ultra Instinct? I did my ritual first thing this morning. Excellent. Excellent. Several things. Why am I doing this? Like I said, I'm not used to this. I'm not used to StreamYard just yet. You know, I gotta remember the stuff that you can do with this. So just bear with me. All right. Actually, the ritual been lasting all day. That's what I'm talking about. A ritual that's ongoing. Those are some of the most powerful ones. You know. Waiting till 8:08. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of shit that you need to be doing too. Yes. Yes. All right. So speaking of Asir the Duke of Tears. Give me a second. Again, like I said, I am getting used to this. So bear with me.
And he was also a general in the American Union Army. This guy's name was General something Hitchcock, who, as quiet as kept, is actually a great-great-grandfather of another black man named Alfred Hitchcock that they perpetuate to us as was a white dude. Alfred Hitchcock, was a guy who put Rod Serling on with the occult shit, and then Rod Serling took what Hitchcock was doing and then flipped that into what we now today call the Twilight Zone type of stuff. So again, this is Randolph's influence. Randolph Lincoln, for a long time, Lincoln was the son of a Moor and a Caucasian woman whose name I think was Nancy Hanks, but she basically has some black blood in her too. Anyway, Lincoln was not a good speechwriter at first. He didn't really know how to really get down with it. So General Hitchcock, he said, well, you need to meet my man Randolph. He hooked him up with Randolph, and then Randolph basically started writing all the Lincoln speeches. It's the Gettysburg Address and all of that. That's Randolph. Okay. You can find this in a rare book by the Rosicrucians called The Rosicrucian History of Pascal Beverly Randolph, and it gets deep into this stuff. They even got colored pictures in it again. Anyway, Lincoln decided he was already catching hell because his vice president, Hannibal Hamlin, was darker than me. Lincoln, I got a derogatory picture of Lincoln. He was darker than me too, because again, all of these niggas was black. Okay, Lincoln, but he was having problems with those Federalist Caucasian albino Caucasians that were in the federal government now trying to oust him out. So what he decided to do was create a situation where he could basically put them on blast. So what he decided to do to maintain the what little land that we've had, he came out with a thing called the greenbacks. And the greenbacks were basically a new form of money that would put gold and silver back behind it. Because they've been trying to set up a central bank in the United States from back then. Okay? So as he was doing that, he was having trouble. So he went to Randolph and asked Randolph if there were certain things, spiritual things he could do. So Randolph said, I can't really do nothing for you, man, until you really accept the fact that the spiritualism is the way to go. Lincoln said, well, I accept that. And then Randolph was like, all right, cool. So then what they decided to do was they created a little secret society amongst themselves. That secret society in history is called the Peerless Three. The Peerless Three was Lincoln, Randolph.
Okay. So I don't want to show a whole lot of that one because that's one of his, I think that's one of his most important lectures. It's on Pascal Beverly Randolph, you know. Let's see. Yeah. Do tell. Okay. See what you said. 7-day money spell that I posted. 7-day money spell. I'm trying to remember. I give out a lot here, so I can't actually remember. 7-day money spell. I think I know what you're talking about. Yes, exactly. He is like he's a walking encyclopedia, you know what I mean? He's been doing it a lot longer than I have. You know what I mean? He recites stuff off the top of his head. See what I'm saying? That's the mark of someone who truly has done their homework, who truly does the research and put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Give this man his flowers while he's still here. You know, his queen, I believe, sells skin products or skin care products, I think. You know what I mean? Yeah, he was good. And thanks to everybody who showed up to that interview. You asked, he responded, you know. Peace, brother Moore. Right. He got that Bobby memory. Hell yeah, he really does. I'm looking at the comments here. So just bear with me. It would be a great day also to do some shadow work. You know what I'm saying? There's from the Egyptian pantheon that is a great shadow working that you do for 3 days and you do it at 6:00 in the morning. It's a great technique. Okay, I believe I've given it out on Patreon and for members, excuse me, members of this channel. Speaking of Bobby, let's hear from the master teacher. I'm going to get adept at this. I promise y'all. Give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second, y'all. All right, there we go.
In times of this creation period. So, more than likely, a lot of people we come in contact with at this particular time, some of those twin souls are going to be right in the vicinity. Now, how can you tell? The twin souls are usually inseparable, which means a lot of the idiosyncrasies and pathologies that would normally go others, you tend to get past that. They say love is the union of opposites. But then there comes a time whereas both opposites are polarized in you, and the person that you meet is just like yourself. And both of you have gotten rid of your idiosyncrasies and that particular aspect that you just know it. You just know it. It's something that in the realm of spirit, you just know it. You see what I'm saying? Just like you know when it's time to go to bed. Or just like you know when it's time to die. You see what I'm saying? You would just know it. Believe me, it is so powerful. And usually, it does take a long time. It can happen overnight. And it can be some person that you totally didn't expect it. You see, it's just one of those things whereas at this particular time, remember now, a lot of this stuff, because we're so messed up in the society, a lot of this stuff hasn't been done before. So we're on the cutting edge of it. So it's not that much ample evidence. You know what I'm saying? It's not as cut as dry as that. You will know it. The soul will know it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Speaking of the soul, I was listening to some music. Shout out to the master teacher, Bobby. Going along with what he said, my wife and I couldn't be more opposite, to be quite honest. She's a people person. I don't like being around people. That's just one example, though. You know what I mean? Check out the interview kind of that we did last year. You know, soul knows everything. And music back then, back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, spoke to the soul. You know, today's music don't have that at all. It's all about fucking and hooking up. See what I'm saying? And the music, I know I keep saying it, but it's just what people gravitate towards today is just, this music is soulless. It really is. But again, it has its purpose in programming the masses along with the celebrities. We had this conversation 2 days ago when I was interviewing Asir the Duke of Tears. Okay. Here's an example. This woman here says why I'm still learning this, y'all. Just bear with me.
I hate that bitch Sexy Red. I promise you, I hate that girl. I hate her. I hate her. I wish somebody would make a diss record against her ass. I think I'm about to write a diss. I don't like that bitch. I don't like her at all. Like, she be single-handedly playing in y'all face. And I said to myself, who the fuck is her fan base? This is why I hate when y'all listen to her music. Like, y'all keep saying, like, yeah, man, but the beat hit. I don't give a fuck how much the motherfucking beat hit. Let me tell you something. Every time I hear that bitch in my motherfucking car, I turn her shit off because I know she detrimental to the black community. I know she motherfucking influencing young girls to pop they pussy open for a baby. I know that's what that bitch doing. And in the same breath, she's influencing these young girls to be ratchet, nasty, and trifling. And then she's telling y'all that y'all got carpet hair. So not only is she's influencing y'all to do that, but she's also insulting y'all at the same time. I hate that bitch. I promise you. I hate the fact that social media make everybody famous. I hate this. That's why every time I see one of my sisters going in on that bitch, I repost, share, like, comment as much as I motherfucking can. As much as I can. If y'all women up here got younger girls, okay, and within their teenage years, please talk to your girls. Please talk to your teenagers about this bitch. Make sure you tell them that this is not the way to go, because that's her fan base. Because everybody that I talk to don't really like her. So I be trying to figure out who is her fan base. It's these younger girls. It's these younger girls with fam. She is going to tear y'all daughter's self-esteem down. Keep fucking letting your daughter listen to this. I'm finna say some crazy shit. Keep letting your daughter listen to this bitch and see what happens. She gonna tear your daughter's self-esteem down piece by piece. Sexy Red is making a mockery out of black girls' hair and saying it looks like carpet and saying that it's unattractive, along with turning your daughter into whores. I hate this bitch with everything in me.
Wow. And there you have it. Someone from this generation who's saying that. Okay. Again, we spoke about this just 2 days ago about how the music is being used to speak to and destroy the youth. I lightweight snapped on my daughter the other day for listening to her. Please do that. What's up, Rayshawn Justice? Please do that. And let the church say amen. Exactly. Hey, what's going on, Sister Righteous? Don't forget also the herbs that we spoke about. Selene capensis, the mushrooms that we talked about. These can all help you connect to the universe. And speaking of connect to the universe, that's why there's a reason. This is the best explanation that I found. Shout out to Katrina for sending this to me. The best explanation on why they attack us from wearing our hair, our natural hair. I'll get in just a second. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get, I promise you, I'm going to get better at this. Check this out.
This guy's name is Dr. Faust. Dr. Faust is like the top person on the planet when it comes to fulvic acid and humic acid and all those type of things, and a lot of the monoatomic elements. And I was studying with him for a while, and it was interesting because he was like in what was he in Hawaii, and he asked me. Now I hadn't met him at this point, and I told him, I said, I'd like to use fulvic acid in my herbal products. He says, huh? Why would you do that? I said, well, fulvic acid, it creates like a freight train of information. It's like putting information on a supersonic jet and jams it into the cells. It carries information. Whatever information is in the fulvic acid, which is a liquid version of humic acid, it drives it. So I said, I'd like to put that in my herbs. He says, well, I don't know if anybody's ever done that. I said, well, I'd like to do it. I said, but I don't know how much fulvic acid to put in each of my products. He says, check this out. He says, okay, I want you to sit carefully and just breathe. And he says, are you near your products? I said, yes. He said, just breathe for a minute. And he says, there's a computer to your right. And I'm like, I'm on the telephone, okay? Old school telephone. I said, yes. And he said, there's a window to your left and the sun is out, right? I'm like, yes, how are you seeing this? He said, I'm triangulating you. I said, what do you mean? He said, I'm remote viewing you. He said, the only thing is I can't view your head. I said, why? He said, because you've got locks. He says, do you know remote viewers cannot view a person's natural hair? If your hair is like locks or it's even in natural braids, if you're wearing an afro, we can't read it because that scrambles the light and protects you. So he says, I lived with the Rastas. This man is deep. He said, I lived with the Rastas for many years, and the Maroons. You know, there's the Maroons, that's even deeper than the Rastas. Yeah. And he says, we learned about all of these different things that they did. Yes. And these rhythms that they played. And these sounds and these things that they did. And the locks had more to do with So you couldn't be found. You couldn't be located. This is amazing. Because of the spiral of the hair. Because the spiral of the hair, when you're in the natural spiral of the hair, you're picking up information that's in the galaxy, because the information in the galaxy, it travels in spirals. It doesn't travel in straight lines. It travels in curves and ellipses. It's spirals. It's a spiral universe. So by you having your hair in a natural spiral, you can't be located. I'm like, what? He said, yeah, that's why they didn't want. He said there was the Dred Scott decision. He starts breaking down all that stuff where they didn't want folks wearing their natural hair. Put on some fake hair. Put on straighten that hair. Poison that hair. Dye that hair. Because when you dye it, you kill it. Right? Do all these things to your hair because they can't find you. They don't know where you are if you've got your natural hair.
Doesn't that blow your mind though, y'all? Doesn't it? Oh, it started playing again. Doesn't that kind of blow your mind? Because one of the first things they did when they conquered this land, let's put it that way, conquered this land. One of the first things they did was cut the natives' hair. That's one of the very first things they did. It is your antennas. It is your spiritual connection to the universe. It gets you more psychic. There's a lot of benefits to having your natural hair. So, of course, they're going to sell you other hair. You know what I mean? Greetings. How do you say that? Chikezi? Greetings. Peace, brother. I remember this on the Rich Show. As soon as he said Faust, I thought Faustian bargain. Okay. I like the way you think. I like the way you think. My dream route arriving Friday. Let me know how it goes, Legacy Sigma. I really am interested in how that goes. Brings to mind all the incidents of schools messing with kids about their hair. And yes, that's been recent. Glad you brought that up. That has been recent that they've been trying to fuck with the youth about their hair, talking about our hair is exotic and blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. There was a reason behind it. They have made the Koreans, because that's who owns that industry. They have made the Koreans a $4 billion a year business on hair and eyelashes. Know what I'm saying? It makes too much sense. Oh, yeah. I saw that you posted that earlier. Yeah. Peace, Delaware. What's going on? Samson and Delilah. How about that? Y'all on it? Y'all are on it. But again, though, the roots and the herbs, you see what I'm saying? I hate them goddamn lashes. All right. I can't stand them. They look like a snuffleupagus, if you remember that. I'm dating myself by saying that, but there's some people in here who remember the snuffleupagus or Janice the Muppet. Peace and blessings, Sister Moonfeather. How you doing? Elegant Granny, how are you? Peace and blessings and welcome. I believe that eggshells have fulvic acid, grinding them up and put them on your garden. Yes, I believe you're absolutely correct with that. Again, Celine Capensis. There's a site called something botanicals. It'll come to me in a minute. But they sell herbs and roots from South Africa. And it's more than just what I'm mentioning here. It's a lot of dream herbs out there. Okay. That's deep, right? But Sesame Street, yes, by the Rockefeller Foundation. Yes, absolutely. There's a book that y'all should have that I want to read from, but I'm hoping that I share it right. Let me see. Not a Chrome tab. It is. Oh man, I don't know how to share this part of this book that I want to show y'all before I actually mention it. Okay, wait. Maybe it came up now. There it is. I got it. Check out what this says right here. The secrets of the occult have been described from many different points of view. When one puts these varying angles of insight together, a coherent structure begins to emerge from the apparent chaos. It is now clear that one of the key elements in the picture is telepathic thought transmission during trance states. Among the main reasons why witchcraft has been so feared is that it may be used to consciously project a specific thought pattern into someone else's subconscious. People do not seem to realize that this is precisely the same technique at present being used on the general public by modern subliminal advertising. Continue. The shaman starts at the boundary where the scientist leaves off. In order to be a working shaman, one must mentally die, go far enough into the zone of death to enter communication with the dead, and then return among the living with their message. These dangerous excursions to the between world may be prepared in different ways. One of the traditional methods to induce such trance states is the use of drugs. For millennia, this was a closely guarded secret, but the recent discovery of the psychedelics has made it available to anyone. The startling effect of imbibing a magic potion can no longer be laughed off as an old wives' tale. The advent of LSD has brought the experience to every citizen's doorstep. Hallucinogenic drugs open up the gate of dreams that give access to the other world. It is a fact that cannot be changed, so it may as well be faced. For better or worse, the door to fairyland has been flung wide open. The awesome effects of the jinn inside the bottle are no longer confined to the stories of the 1001 Nights. The age-old jealousy guarded secret of how to take a trip like Alice through the looking glass into another dimension is now in the public domain. So let us examine the facts at hand and draw whatever conclusions may be justified. I'm just reading the highlighted points. The magician's word of power is an echo of that long-lost, forgotten language of the legendary golden age when humans were able to communicate with all life forms. Water be learning from the dolphins how to run this planet instead of trying to teach them how to carry torpedoes. A few of the figures scattered through history, such as Solomon and St. Francis, show that the ability to communicate with other forms of life has not entirely disappeared, although it has become extremely rare. I consider John C. Lilly to be living evidence that it is still with us today. It is possible to think like a scientist and be simultaneously a shaman speaking the language of the birds. Every man on earth could do the same, did he but possess the key. And the key consists in simply and solely this, that a man during sleep shall become conscious of the skin, so to say, of his own personality and aware of that infinitesimal rift through which his conscious itself may ebb in that transition state which lies betwixt waking and deep sleep. And that is why I say I wander instead of I dream. This book is called Drugs and Magic. See that? George Andrews. Okay. Drugs and Magic. Remember that title, y'all. My hair almost ready for locks. Literally, I got one more month, then I'm twisting them. You can use when I started my locks, I used a sponge that had holes in it. Okay. And what I would do is I wet my hair with I can't remember what it was, but I used that sponge to start the twirling process. Okay. It's a sponge with holes in it. Just look for that if you're trying to go that route. Lock gang. I'll write down all my prognosis with this batch of dream root. Okay, that's what's up. I really want to know. When I first moved to Oakland in 98, there was a wave. Everyone and their mama got locks, and that makes sense, even though I know my people don't know why. It's in the DNA. Indeed, it does. It is, and it does. Botanicals, I believe. Okay. Sponge brush. Thank you. Thank you. That's what it's called. Thanks, Brother Moore. Thanks for the assist. Sponge brush. That's what it's called. Okay. My hair was that long when I started my journey. It was really short. Does Papa Legba exist? Andreas Abraham. I swear. All right. I'm not trying to be funny. You ask these same questions, brother. Yeah, Papa Legba is as real as you want him to be. Let me just say it that way. This his home. I had a family member ask me why I insisted on having my slave hair when I went natural. That's the thing. It's the own melanated people that be talking crazy. And then I didn't know that Sexy Red actually said that until I saw that clip that I just showed y'all. I never knew she said that. Carpet hair is what she called our hair. This, y'all, is good hair. I just got one stubborn spot on the back. I think I'm going to use one. Oh, okay. I didn't get to, during the interview, I didn't ask as many questions I had planned to, but he did cover a lot about the master teacher, Azazel Bey. Listen to what he says here. I swear I'm going to get this, y'all. I promise I'm going to get this.
All of that. But they know how to manipulate the female emotions and to get what they want out of them. Like, who told you to put those eyelashes? Who did that? Edward Bernays, Sigmund Freud's cousin, said we can make Black women look bad by putting skinny mannequins in the store windows with skinny dresses on. And when the Black woman who is bigger come and see that, they feel ugly. Edward Bernays. Mind control. Everything is mind control. Even Adolf Hitler, that everybody hate. Why you hate Adolf Hitler? He was just a mind. He don't control shit. He didn't control. He was just a mind control sleeper. There's no one person in control. Listen, let me tell you what Adolf Hitler said. Hitler was a programmed sleeper. This is in my new book. Programmed sleeper. Hitler used to have night terrors. What is a night terror? It's the same as a nightmare, except for it shocks you awake within minutes of you falling asleep, because it's that terrorizing. It's that traumatizing. You wake up breathing hard and all of that. So Hitler used to have these night terrors and would wake up screaming in the middle of the night. He said, I saw who controls humanity, and they are not human beings. They are reptilian. Nightmares and night terrors are a side effect of mind control and programming. Hitler said the niggas saw reptilians. Okay, but you mad at Hitler. Oh, no, he killed the Jews. I don't think so. I don't think so. Your whole reality has been manipulated. Your whole reality has been manipulated. Questions, brother. And then, did I go past an hour?
You did.
Okay.
There's only one question in there.
It's at 10 o'clock. Is it 10 o'clock?
No, I'm at 8:19.
Okay, because I need about half an hour before I go on with the other. Okay. I have to talk to some people, but go ahead. Yeah.
I only have one other question that I see in the chat, and that's Swords Witch. And she says, you mentioned they're trying to take over other dimensions, and she asked you to explain that.
They're not trying to take over other dimensions. They run other dimensions. They're not trying nothing. They run that shit. We not only do they run other dimensions, they run other realities. What is a dimension? A dimension, we think of dimensions as third dimension, fourth, fifth, sixth, up and up, but it's not up. It's like sliders. It's side by side.
I've been saying that for years.
It's like sliders.
Yeah.
Go watch Sliders. The reptilians are in Sliders. I forgot what they call them in there. the Cro-Mags.
Sliders.
And the sliders are moving from dimension to dimension, trying to escape the Cro-Mags or the reptilians who are after them through all the different dimensions. And as they go through the different dimensions, they conquer those worlds. How do you know when they conquer a world? When they conquer a world that's close to what your world is like, your world gets worse because it bleeds through. When you, like for instance, if you do something positive now, something positive happens to those realities where you live that are close by. So the thoughts that you have and the things that you do have an effect on your other realities. And they know this.
I'm going to go back in just a second. Let me address some of the questions here. Let's see. Puerto Rico bans discrimination against those who wear afros and other hairstyles. I did not know that. Thanks for saying that. Mayan Botanicals. The one that I'm thinking about is called The Botanical Source. The Botanical Source. www.thebotanicalsource.com. Please make a PDF of Azazel's book, Cosmic Comics. That's going to require a lot of work. I got 2 books that I would need to scan. You know what I mean? That's a lot of work for me, Delaware. I just don't know, to be quite honest. What's up, Angelus Carter? I'm coming to Texas soon. Do you have a shop? No, I don't. My shop is actually online. You know, I've been in business now for 10 years, but I didn't want the overhead. I didn't want the headache that comes with, and I'm not knocking anyone who has a physical shop. I just didn't want one. So no, my shop is completely online. He was a great man. He really was, you know, still surreal that he's not here anymore. What's going on, Eon El Tempo, Supreme Lionsgate? They talk about that in a book called The Terrace Papers, I believe. Y'all just gonna make me do this, huh? Excuse me. Back to this.
And a lot of the entities that they use are silicone based because this part of the galaxy is more silicon than carbon. That means we're not just not from this earth, but you're not even from this galaxy. Okay? So, and then you do have some silicone within you because you use silicone products. Not you per se.
Gotcha.
But when you see makeup and lipstick and all of that, okay. I told one sister the other day, lipstick is made from human bodies. This is what I learned from Pfizer's at a lecture at Pfizer's at the Botanical Garden. Makeup is one of the worst things you could, and that's why, you know, they're more reluctant to arrest or do anything to women because they have them under control based upon what they do to themselves. The men are more apt to rebel. And so they, like if a woman kills somebody, they might give her life. But if a man kills somebody, they're gonna give him death. You understand? And the reason for that is because they could use the woman in mind control. Who giving everybody the shot? Who was the one who gave all the shots in Tuskegee, Alabama? Nurse Rivers. Okay? They're more easily programmed. The easiest to program, though, is the European with blonde hair and blue eyes and green hair. I mean, the green eyes and orange hair. Those are the easiest to program. But after that, it's the female. When I went to law school, the first thing my law teacher said to me, old guy too, nigga must have been about 80 years old. He said, if we want information on any fucking body about you, we go to your mother, your wife, your sister, or your daughter. That's what he said. That's how we get information. Okay? So where we at now, I'm not saying that that's the way it always was. Of course not. But the mind control, and then now you got niggas like that. You got. I mean, everything you could think of is out here that deals with mind control. Everything you could think. The cars have electronic mind control going through them, and they are monitored through satellite transmissions. Everything. That's where you are, and you chose to come here during this time to see the end of all this, to see what's going on, to learn from it. You didn't have to come here now. You could come into a different dimension, a different time period, and all of that, but you chose now because there was something you needed to know.
A lesson needed to be learned.
Right. And then you have holdovers. Like, I believe that I'm a leftover. Like, I was gone. And there's a group that I'm with, but I stayed behind. You see? But that might not be true, but I believe it is, because the way things go in my life, that's the way it usually is, that I can't really function on a personal level with people because, I'm ready to go there and they're still stuck. You got people right now that I was with, as we grow, as far as knowledge go, that are still on the same level that they were 10 years ago. And I don't know how you could do it, because stagnation is death, living death.
Supposed to evolve.
Yeah.
During this lifetime, while you're here.
Yeah, when Malcolm X went to jail, he read books and elevated. He elevated his ass so much, he got the fuck up out of there.
Perfect example.
Yeah. So you don't just stay. Even now, because see, white people are always open to learn something new. Black people think they know everything. The ego, no, that's not how it go like this. And that is what keeps and that is the demon. The demon is, you got to remember that the universe is infinite. And the more you know is actually the more you don't know.
I say that part all the time. I don't know anything. And the more I study and research, the more I realize I need to continue to learn. You know what I'm saying? It had a lot of pages. Not only did the comic have a lot of pages, but they're not numbered at all. There's no numbers on his comic books. No numbers. Magic, I will email you for real this time. I know I've been speaking about wanting mentorship from you for my hoodoo practice. I've been so busy watching my new baby nephew. Congratulations on the baby nephew. Thank you for this. It's definitely registering close. My esteemed pleasure. I have most of his stuff. I try to show, like I was saying with Asir, I try to show as much as I possibly can. That was 2 years ago. That interview y'all just saw, or just a discussion. And he had gotten so much lighter these last couple of years. His really dark side lectures cost so much because he gave so much dynamite information. You know what I'm saying? Just can't recommend them enough. Just can't, you know. And also, like we said on Tuesday, so many of the greats have left here. See what I'm saying? So you end up with this mess because these people are doing whatever they want to do. But I'm glad to see that at least I'm starting to see a large portion of melanated people get into spirituality. Not so much consciousness, but just spirituality, period. You see what I'm saying? Spirituality, period. Get into something. Did y'all hear about the Olympic boxer who quit? She quit after 46 seconds because the other boxer, never mind. Never mind. I probably heard about it. Just look up female boxer, the Olympics. Female boxer. Trust me on this. And I thought for the funnies of today, this is crazy right here. This is what happens. The way she handled this. This is what happens when you're somewhere where you don't need to be. I thought this was cold the way she handled this.
This glazed look in their eyes and just stumbling. Like this one behind me. Hi, yes. How are you doing?
California.
Oh, very nice to meet you. You know,
49ers.
You're gonna do an interview with us?
Sure.
Okay, because we were just talking about here along Bourbon Street and the STD rate that's been going on here. And so, how long have you had an STD?
I don't have an STD.
Oh, then why did you want to talk?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Are you
Nothing to
serious?
be ashamed of. Right now.
No, I don't have an STD. That's so
okay,
disrespectful.
okay,
Oh my
yes.
God.
Anyway, so I'm talking.
Like, get your ass out of here. Sorry. I just thought that was funny. She was just seamless with it. You see what I'm saying? Wow. The way she handled that. Anyway, we're coming to the close of the day. Get those rituals in. Do any kind of like sun rituals. You see what I mean? Anything dealing with the sun. I said citrine is a yellow stone that you can use or crystal. You know, just a lot of manifestation today. Take advantage of today, please. Namaste, Katrina. What's up? I showed your earlier one, Katrina. I haven't shown this one yet. I know I showed a lot of footage today, but it's necessary. Instagram. Check this out.
A $400 million photo. Planet Fitness lost more than $400 million in just 5 days. Here's why.
5 days.
A lady walked into the women's locker room where she noticed a 12-year-old girl with a towel wrapped around her, and she looked really afraid. This man was grooming himself at the mirror sink. So the woman who took this photo asked the man to leave. The man responded that he identified as a woman. And then the woman said, "No, you're a man." The man wouldn't leave, and Planet Fitness kicked the woman who took the picture and canceled her membership. Well, word got around how that woman was treated. People all around the United States started canceling their memberships to Planet Fitness. This is not okay. Making children uncomfortable is not okay. Now share this with everyone.
He said it exactly right. And I say constantly protect these children, you know, but making a child uncomfortable is really not okay. You know what I'm saying? They lost $400 million in 5 days. In 5 days. Shout out again to Katrina for sending that to me. Any manifestation rituals? There's plenty. You know, I can't name one because I know that many, but anything, it's not anything specific you need to do. I'm just giving you like general guidelines. Okay. Um, Kabbalistic rituals or Wiccan ritual, anything you want to do today, but it has to deal with the sun. It should deal with the sun. Okay. It's the best I can do. You know, I can't think of a manifestation ritual right off the top of my head. I'm not trying to be funny, but I just y'all, if you've been following me for a while, you know I know a lot of systems. So yeah. Delaware says the sun is blocked out. They are going heavy with the chemtrails. They know about the portal. Oh, they know about all of this. Every single, remember I've said constantly, every single pagan, so-called pagan holiday or day, they know about. Trust me on this. I said we the ones who don't take advantage of that shit. Those are power days. Those are the days you need to actually pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? The winter solstice, the summer solstice, the fall equinox, the spring equinox. You know what I'm saying? Beltane, Halloween. All of those are power days. These are days, the Lionsgate. All of these are days in which you take advantage of what's going up in the universe. These are power days. Take advantage. Honey calcite or orange calcite with nice banding. Thanks, Katrina, for that one. Yes, good. Exactly. Yeah, it was sunny over here in the UK in the morning up to around 10. It just got cloudy. There's not a cloud in the sky that I can see. Here in Texas, it is 100 and what is the temperature here? It is 101. You got to remember, in Texas, it's hot and humid. We don't get a break. It's also a new moon today. Again, thanks for the assist, Katrina. See, we can shut this shit down just that easy. If more people would pay attention, if more people got into this, and more people stop putting their faith in some invisible nigga in the sky, yes, absolutely. Make something up off the top of your head. Make something off the top of my head. Take citrine. Let's see. Astaroth should be a sun deity. Take one of the sun deities like Apollo or Astaroth or Baal, which is Bael. Print it out on yellow construction paper. Okay. And a yellow candle. Give an offering, say your own prayer. And there you have it. That's making something off the top of my head. I know it's underwhelming, but you said make something off the top of my head. I'm gonna have to watch the recap. I lost my signal working in this hotel. It's always going to be here. Surprising. They spray heavy here in Arizona, but it's clear going outside right now. Right. Surprising. Y'all shouldn't be surprised that they're trying to block out the sun. Like, seriously. I mean, by now, y'all should have some kind of clue at what these people are capable of. So let's not forget, manifestation and abundance is also a Thursday, which is the day of abundance and prosperity in the first place. Okay. Like I said, one of the sun deities, you can Google that. Calcite, like Katrina said, or citrine. Give an offering to one of those deities, print out their sigil on yellow construction paper. You know what I mean? And make up your own prayers. You'd be surprised at how simple stuff like that works. Bobby Hemmett told us that the most powerful rituals were the ones you made up yourself. I just gave y'all one. Okay. Thanks to everybody who came today. I really appreciate your energy on this Lionsgate Day. All right. Please watch the recap of the Asir the Duke of Tears. Okay. Don't forget Drugs and Magic, the PDF. Don't forget those herbs and roots that we talked about. I will see y'all next time. Have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. I will see y'all next time, probably Tuesday. I am the one and only Magic LaCroix. See y'all next time. Namaste.